Hey, Aubree, happy early birthday. I hope you're having a great day so far. I'm sorry that we couldn't be there to celebrate with you today, but I know you're going to have a great time with all your family and all your friends, and we will see you as soon as we can. I'll keep this short. I know you were excited to see the fossils today, and I hope that they're all spread out in front of you so you can see them. I'm just going to go through them and just, pardon me, I'm going to go through them and explain a little bit on what some of them were. You have some pictures there too, but if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And maybe mom can even give me a call and I can answer them as you have them. So we'll start off. I already said all that. All right, so the first thing we were looking at, there's a big block in front of you. That one has a big fossil leaf on it. Now, the back when the dinosaurs were around, they had leaves too, and they even had smaller ones like this. And this is what they mostly ate: little ferns and ginkgo plants. They didn't have a lot of grass back then, like the cows and the horses eat now. But that's what they ate mostly was ferns. There's also little pieces of rock here. So this is has a fossilized tree in it, and it's even got some crystals growing where the wood had gaps. This is something unique. This isn't a fossil, but this is lava rock, and I thought it would be cool to include because I thought it looked neat. So these are both made out of the same things, except this one cooled very quickly, and this one was allowed to cool very slowly. So this one probably landed in the water, and it got cooled, and all the little bubbles of air got trapped in there. They couldn't escape, while this one cooled very slowly inside the earth, and it was allowed to all the bubbles, all the air, all the gas was able to get out, and so it made almost a glass. And so the glassy one is called obsidian, and the pocketed one is called pumice. Now this one here is also lava rock, and it's somewhere in between. It cooled down on the surface, probably not in the water, so there's still some gas and rocks, some gas that got trapped in there, but it's not as light as the pumice. Sometimes this rock is so light that it can float. All right, next thing we have some fossil coral. So these are some fun ones. So just like we have coral today, there was coral even way back during the dinosaurs. This one here, this one's called a kind of horn coral. So it's a coral that grew up off of the ground in the ocean to try and get all the, and it would filter in water through its bunch of mouths. It had a bunch of different mouths, and then it would get all the little micro bits of food in there. And you can see kind of a cross section there. And then this one's really cool. You can see all the reef of what was designed there. There's a bunch of fun examples in here, even more horn coral. So you can have a look at all of those. These are animals. So even though they look like plants, these are animals that lived in the ocean and still live in the ocean today. All right. What do we got next? Oh, fossilized turtle shell. Now, I got a few pieces of turtle shell in this. This is like my special box. I like this. These are some of my favorite ones. So these are little pieces of turtle shell, and I have even more for you. All the ones in this bag. These are all fossilized turtle shells. And you can see all the pocketing on there. And you can see how nice and smooth the inside would have been of the turtle shell. And these guys have been around for a long time. They actually were even around before some of the dinosaurs were. And you even have little arm bones and shoulder bones from the turtles. So that's pretty cool. All right. Give Uncle Sean 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Next. Oh, we already got there. Fossil oysters and clams. So these were the ones that we were going to go hunting for the other day. They look very Oh, I am missing one, but it's the one that looks like that left picture. So these are some fun ones. So great grandpa Jack gave me back when I was a kid. So that one is really cool. That's a fossilized clam. Oh, we're on baculates right now. There we go. We got some oyster shells. And then this one here, you can see where an oyster shell was, but it is gone now. So that one I thought was pretty neat too. All right. Now this one, these are some of the best ones I have. So we want to be careful with these ones. This is called a baculite. So it's just like an ammonite, except it had a straight shell. So this one back here is an ammonite, the one with the spiral, and it looks a lot like the nautiluses we have today living in the oceans. But this one is called a baculite. It had a straight shell. So it would live inside its shell and it would keep growing, and it would swim just like an octopus kind of would, but it had a protective shell. So that one is neat. And this is what the inside looks like. And so it would fill the inside with all the gas and all the different air, and that would help it go up and down in the water. Running out of room. Whew, pardon me again. This is why Uncle Sean is not here today. I am so sorry. Okay. Dinosaur bone. Now there's a lot of different dinosaurs here. This is a really fun one. This is like Ceratopsian. He's like a Triceratops. It's like a Centrosaurus. His name is actually Regaloceratops. And he is one of the unique ones, one of the really cool ones that we have in Alberta. We have T-Rexes. We have Euoplocephalus. They're ankylosaurs. They're oh. They're heavy armored dinosaurs. And these are all ones that we would have in Alberta. We have ornithomimids. They're bird mimics. We know that they stayed with their nests for a long time because dinosaurs laid eggs. And now we're finding more and more of the dinosaurs, especially the theropods. So things like T-Rex and velociraptors and these guys, the ornithomimids, they probably had feathers too. And that could help with staying warm and a lot of other fun things. So when I say dinosaur bone, all of these big ones are dinosaur bones, and your mom will show you, and dad will show you a bunch of those. These little ones, these little guys, these are actually little toe bones from duckbill dinosaurs that you'll see later. Oh, that's another baculite. Yeah, there's a lot of different dinosaur fossils in here. Basically, if I don't point it out, it is a dinosaur fossil. Okay. Now this is getting into this small little guy. So this little tooth that we got in here is your mom and dad will see. The little tooth in here is a champsosaur tooth, and it's basically like a crocodile or an alligator that lived in the rivers back in the day. So it was fresh water, and it would always lose its teeth and replace them. The other little diamond-shaped one in here, I didn't have a slide on it, but it is a fish scale, a fossilized scale from a fish. The other long one, it's a tendon from a dinosaur. Now, the big thing with the champsosaur tooth is it doesn't have little serrations. It doesn't have little knife edges on it. And that means it just grabbed its prey and then tried to swallow it whole or rip it apart just by shaking. On the other hand, this Albertosaur tooth that you have in here, if you look close, you can see that it has little serrations on the side like a steak knife. And that means it could slice through its prey and cut up the meat easier when it was eating. And then the last one I have here. This one is an iguanodon jaw. So this is like a part of its jaw, and this is where all its teeth would sit. And they would have thousands of teeth in their mouth at one time, and they would continuously replace them because they weren't just eating grass; they were eating those ferns and the ginkgos, and it was very tough. So it wore their teeth down, and so they would always have to replace them. I think that's my last slide. The only other thing I have in here, and this is something you can try on your own too. These are little pieces of quartzite, and sometimes they're used in watches. But one of the cool things is that they have they can do this big word called Photovoltaic? No. Uncle Sean forgets the word with his brain. Um, oh, I'll remember the word. Basically, hit rock together, make light. So if you hit them together, especially if it's nice in a dark area, it needs to be really dark because it's not very impressive. But if you get an adult to hit them together in the dark, you can see that they have a little light effect and they actually light up a little bit. It bugs me that I forget that word now. No, okay, I forget. All right, so that is it. I hope you've had a great birthday, Aubree. Oh, this is probably from a tail of a dinosaur. Looks like a spine. Yeah. Okay. Rambled on a little bit at the end, but thank you very much. I hope you have a great birthday, Aubree, and definitely send us pictures, and we can't wait to see you guys all soon. Okay, love you all.